Morning Motivators, Taren here with
Joanne Courtney.
This is the first season that Joanne is doing triathlon, and she is going to be doing the PTO US Open in September, where she has to travel down to the States. So we have a Canyon bike and a Scicon bag, and we are going to teach her how to take apart a bike and pack it for travel. Are you pumped?
Yes.
I am not convinced.
My name is Taren Gazelle. In my 20s, I was overweight, unfulfilled, and couldn't even run to the end of the block. Over the following years, I found endurance sports, lost 65 pounds, won age groups, raced world championships, broke records, and trained and learned from some of the best athletes and coaches in the world. You too can use endurance sports to change your life and accomplish your fitness goals. You just need a system that's meant for us amateurs who want to be our best while feeling our strongest and healthiest. My company Motive offers that system, and I want to share some of the tips from it today.
Okay, so you should be able to do this basically just with a set of Allen keys. For this bike, for sure you can. For your bike, same deal. For most people's bikes, it's going to be a set of Allen keys, maybe another tool here or there, but for you, just a set of Allen keys. We're going to hang on to that. And first things first, take off the wheels. So you're going to take off the through axle, which is there. So you just unscrew that here.
Unscrew this.
Yeah. Just turn it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
There we go.
Okay.
Right.
If it's a through axle, which yours isn't, you'll need a set of Allen keys, and then you just Allen key that axle out and then pull it out.
Now.
So that should be enough to then pull it out.
Okay.
Okay. So that's going to be enough to take off the wheel.
Oh, would you look at that?
There you go. Okay, set that aside.
Okay.
Back wheel is a little bit more difficult to do. So that's where you'll need an Allen key. So find whatever Allen key fits that.
Okay. Okay.
Now, flip it around this way. To take it out and not get your hands disgusting, get any rag, or you can get gloves.
Or curling gloves.
Curling gloves.
Gloves left over from
You
the season.
have a couple of those.
Yeah.
And then grab the chain,
Okay.
just to give yourself some room, and then pull the wheel out, and then yank the chain off to the side. So I'll put it back on to show you how to put it back on. And you basically just grab it, get it into one spoke or one cog,
Okay.
and then line it up with the brake pad, because this is disc brakes.
Oh, okay.
And then it will basically center itself if you get it in there. So then you would put the through axle back in. When you do that, you go ahead and take that out.
Okay. So you lifted it up.
Grab the chain, pull it back,
Okay.
and then just pull the wheel back.
Oh.
And then pull the chain over to the side.
Oh, okay. All right.
And there you go. You have a bike that's ready to pack. I like to use the Scicon bag, and the reason for that is a Scicon bag is very good because you don't have to take the bike apart a whole lot. Basically with this, you're packing up the bike. With other bags, you have to take off the bars. You have to take apart almost everything. And in my experience, I've had some of those other bags where you do have to take everything apart, and the more you take apart and then put back together and take apart and put back together, that ended up breaking the bike over and over.
Right.
So you gain a lot in ease of use by using a Scicon bag, but I'll show you a trick that you can use if you get really worried about breaking the bars. So with a Scicon bag, you just unfold it. I like these a lot too because they're soft-sided and they pack away really easily, as opposed to having a big hard case, which takes up an enormous amount of room. So open it up, unzip it all the way. Okay, so we're gonna put the front of the bike there, rear of the bike here. Let's do the back first, because the back doesn't move. So because this is a through axle, we've got to take these out, these spacers for a traditional axle that will allow us to use our own And we want this little guard, whatever bike box you have, you want to have a chain guard on the side of the chain. I'm going to take the chain and wrap it over. So it's going to go on that piece of rubber. There we go. And then when you tighten it, I'll let you do that to feel it. Get it like comfortably tight, not tight, 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 just finger tight. There.
This is good enough. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so the chain is around this
Chain
guy
is around
here,
there,
chain guard,
and we're going to
spacer in.
we're going to do something for that in just a second. Do the same thing on the front. We'll pull this forward as much as we need to line it up.
Does it matter which side I'm putting this in?
Same as the back. You're putting the
Doing this
the
right
lever
on the left side?
on, yeah, the lever goes on the non-drivetrain side.
The drivetrain, you mean the chain side?
The chain side. There we go.
And the same thing, just kind of tight.
Just kind of tight.
Okay.
So this is all the easy part here. Wheels, grab the wheels,
Yeah.
and we'll put them in.
Okay.
When you're putting in the wheels, make sure that they're flat so that they don't change in pressure as you fly. I'll grab one, you grab the other and put it in the other side. Most bike bags are going to have a specific wheel section, and sometimes it'll matter which side is in, which side is out, but in this bag it doesn't. So just zip it up. You've basically got a packed bag. Again, with the Scicon bag, it's super nice. The seat can stay on, the handlebars can stay on. You might have to move the handlebars in a little bit to get some room, but you can basically close it up right now. But what I like to do that not everyone does is to protect the frame from the chain. We'll just show this with a rag, but you get a big towel, wrap it around the entire chain so that the chain isn't going to rattle side to side and scratch up the frame.
Okay.
So if you just wrap it up, push it up to the side, a towel. Yeah, a towel's really nice because it just shoves in. Then I will often take towels and cover the frame here, cover the frame there, cover the frame in any places just by wrapping a towel around like you would around your waist, just like snug it up to itself. And that gives you the room and the ability to put your helmet in here, put your shoes in here, put all kinds of stuff in here. And it's not going to go over 50 pounds as long as you don't put in super, super heavy things. Rule of thumb to make sure that you don't end up at a race and all of a sudden not have the tools that you need is every tool that you've used to take the bike apart, put it in the box with you, and then you should be able to put it together. So for the Scicon bag, that is it besides wrapping it all up, and we could show all of the nuts and bolts of getting it all together. But the big things that you want to keep in mind are making sure that the frame at the back, this T or this triangle here, this rear triangle, can't go in and out. That's what'll tend to break it. So having something in between like this post and the through axle going through, that stops it from moving. Same on the front. If you want, you could take off the derailleur here, but frankly, I just think that that's more things that can go wrong because it's rattling around. If it's here and it's in place, all it's going to do is move back and forth. So I think it's actually safer there. These are the things that you need to keep in mind. Front fork, rear triangle, wrap everything up in a towel, shove all of your tools in, and that's about it.
Do you have to ever lower your seat? Like, how are you? It just depends on the bag, hey?
Depends on the bag, it depends on the person.
What if I get a
People
super fancy,
our sized, we're okay.
like a fancy bike fit, and then I got to move everything around, and then on race day, I'm not.
If you do have to do that, you take a piece of tape,
Okay.
put it on the spot that your saddle is set at, and then you can loosen it, drop it down, and then you just pull it back up and put it to the tape line. Same with the front bars. If you have to move them in, just make a mark with some tape, move them back, and then you can move them forward. Little piece of electrical tape is all you need and it'll stay.
Got it. And my tires are deflated. So am I bringing an air pump as well, or is that going to be there?
Yes, there will be air pumps there in transition.
Well, that's not when I should be inflating my bike tires.
Exactly. You should have a couple days before then where you can make sure the bike is actually rolling. So there's a bike pump that we really like that is a little expensive, but it's very nice for travel. It is right in behind you there.
Oh.
Why don't you go grab that to show the nice people.
Wrap it in a towel and pop it right in there.
Yep.
So the bike shop man was very helpful. He said if I'm taking off my front wheel and just like loading it in my car, I need to make sure I'm putting a spacer in between as well.
But another spacer that you might be talking about is a spacer in the disc brake.
Yeah, and there was like a little red thing I could
A
put
little
in there.
red tab that you'd put in there.
little red tab.
So that little
But
red
that's
tab,
important to get in there?
it is.
Okay.
If you want to make sure that no TSA person comes and just goes, let's see how these bike brakes feel, and then lock that, that's why you put the spacer in.
Okay, okay. You gotta be vigilant.
Got to be vigilant.
Can we zip her up now?
Zip it up.
Oh,
Good to go. This bag comes with a TSA padlock. Padlock the main zippers together, right there. So they have to be able to get into this, but you don't want anyone else to be able to.
Right.
This one's really nice because you can lob it over your shoulder or
roll her on in.
bam. Now you got to put it back together. So that's putting together a bike bag. Joanne, where should people follow you in your first try, second try this year?
Yeah, so 2 tries. It'll be at Joanne Courtney 89 on Instagram.
Serious push-up challenges. Thank you for watching, Motivators. If you're looking for a training plan that incorporates these methods that is as good as a one-on-one coach but as inexpensive as doing it yourself, check out our Motive training app that covers triathlons, running races, duathlons, swim runs, and cycling events. There's a link in the description below where you can check out your customized training plan for free. Also, if you rather listen to these tips, we also publish these videos in podcast format on the Taren's Motive Method podcast, so you can check that out. And if you don't want to do either of those things, but you found this video helpful, hit us up with a virtual high five by smashing the like button below. Later, Motivators.